Yeah. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello all. कैसे हो सब? ठीक ठाक? बढ़िया? After
Yeah.
becoming a little of naked with self, how are you all feeling?
In very pain. I'm in much pain today. Not only today, since yesterday. Not much.
Okay. Okay. See, how many of us are there here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sam is there. Saroji. Kaun hai Saroji? Can I see you, Saroji, for a while at least? Hello, Saroji. नहीं है? She's not here. Okay. Okay. बस वीडियो ऑन करके सो गए. Just don't disturb me. Do not disturb me more. Okay. Rupali ji, you are there?
Good evening. I'm here.
Good evening.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
here.
sorry. I'm not able to find out how to start the video.
Okay. There is a video button, right? After the audio, just next to audio, there is a video button. Did you find?
Yes, are you able to see
Yeah.
me?
Yes, yes, yes. Very much.
Yeah, I can't see myself.
Okay. You can leave and again get back. Sometimes because when many videos are open, it happens.
What is there to see myself now? Yeah, today is my first day.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay. You have started with a big note. अब खुद को क्या ही देखेंगे? अरे यार.
Yeah, Arpitha introduced me to this, and today is my first.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to meeting everyone and joining the community.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. First thing is we need to understand. Today we will talk on, because half of the things we have already talked, but then you can gear up in my further sessions. I have coming in July. There's a 2 hours relationship webinar. It's a free webinar. Everyone can join. And there is on June 6th, I have a free webinar on money. So all can join that. Okay. Whenever you wish to, you can join that. So that you have a basic idea of what relationships are, and whatever parts you missed, you can get up there. Right. And it's not just a free webinar, but you will be taken into some challenges where you will have to fulfill. If you are all ready for taking up those challenges, then join the webinars. भाई हमसे ये चैलेंज वैलेंज नहीं होता भाई, हम बस सुनेंगे, बस बस सो जाएंगे, इतना है तो webinars are not for you. My programs are not for you. Okay. So today we'll be talking on mysteries of mirrors. In relationships, when it comes to relationship, we know that everyone is reflecting, is coming ahead as a mirror to our own aspects, whatever we hold inside. Right. Sometimes, most of the time, that is what the truth is, we do not know ourselves in totality. We know only specific areas where, we might have heard from somebody saying that, this person is like this person is like this person is totally friendly, this person is very introvert, all these characters, points. So we get to hear all this from external sources, and we internalize it, and we assume that we are that. But actually, we have never checked into ourselves what we are actually. Right? I'm not talking about the soul funda right now. Basically, also, if I say, okay, if I say, what color of clothes am I wearing now? Can anyone say?
Black and yellow.
Okay. Who said it is black and yellow? How do you know?
I can see the outfit in the video, whatever little bit I can see.
Okay. How do you name it as black and yellow?
With the print that I can see.
Okay. So go a little more deeper. You are able to see black and yellow. I understand that. But who said this is called black and this is called yellow? Okay. Any guesses?
Whatever we
No
can
guesses.
see, ma'am, like whatever we perceive, we can like relate with that and how.
How did you perceive?
We were told like that.
Yeah.
Right. So that's the point. We were told that this is black and this is yellow. These are the colors. Okay. And in the same way, when we talk about ourselves, let us understand, just give me one word about yourself. How do you, what is the best way to understand what you are? Okay, what kind of a person or whatever, just in one word. If you have to say, what do you say? Shivaniji, you can start.
Um, loving.
I
Okay,
can say authentic.
okay,
For me,
right. And
me, ma'am. I will say I will never give up.
never give up, right? Okay. So basically, these are the things which are coming up, right? One says authentic, one says, never give up and all these factors. Now, how do you know that you are this? You are authentic or constant learner or whatever. How do you know that?
Self-evaluation.
Self-evaluation. How did you do that?
Or past experiences.
Saying the same.
Day to day.
Which experience has told you that you are this?
Because so many times I went down and come up, went down, come up. So I don't easily give up.
So whenever you are coming down and you are coming up, ups and downs, whenever you are experiencing, so you consider you are based on those experiences of life, you are considering that you are this quality. Okay. So something has to happen to tell you what you are for you. If nothing happens, if say suppose life is going because of, Ratnaji, she says, because of what we were told, this is right, this is wrong. Yeah, that's a general this thing, right? Now, how do you know, Kanchanji, that you are very authentic? What made you to say?
Ma'am, whenever like anything turns up with me, any situation, I observe myself deeply that why this situation has turned up to me. And whatever reason I've found, whether it is like the positive of mine or negative of mine, I accept it and then I work on it. So I see like,
Since childhood, you are like this?
no, ma'am, after coming on the path of this,
So you have been told that, here you have to work on yourself. This is how you process yourself and this is how you get to know yourself, right? But before that, since our childhood, what were you as? Right? Bachpan se, we have been told that we are either intelligent child or naughty child or, spoiled child or, sar dard wala child. There's so many labels we got, right? So based on that, we already have an assumption that we are this kind, right? Anytime it happened in your school that you told your friends, in a direct way or indirect way, just I'm like this kind of a person. I know myself, so that because of that, just please be, very, whatever, just understand me, or whatever you might have told your friends. Anytime it happened that way, like, I'm a very straightforward person, please don't mess with me. Anytime you said that, right? So these things have happened in our school times, right? Now coming to this path, we have changed our statements. I am a straightforward person, but I understand, I am aware. You are adding a statement for that. I am aware that, how I present myself, right? We are adding another statement. You got my point, right? Every time we are connecting to the same old things and we are reframing it and again using the same statement. So
Sorry,
what is happening based on this? Yeah, Shivani.
sorry, ma'am, interrupting you. Namita Kanchan's internet is gone. Can you please start live again? Sorry, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Shivani, I can't because I don't have any device today.
Who's there? Who's there? No one. Harshita is not there. My
No,
laptop isn't
let's
working.
record in our mind today.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Right. Right. So what happens is, whenever we have heard since our childhood, whatever we heard, it's based on somebody has told us that this is how we are going to be, right? This is how we are, right? And based on those aspects, as we grew up and as we added on and, coming to the path of transformation or whatever, as we grew based on our situations and everything, we began to understand every aspect based on whatever information was there already inside, right? If you have to write a question, write something like, if you have to write 5 words on life, what words you would use, right? What words you would use, and from where these words have come? From your experiences,
Yes.
from your life experiences, or from where, however, you have understood it, right? And these life experiences, from where they have come? From the way you have understood it. And how did you perceived a particular situation, right? Now, how did you perceive a particular situation? Based on the information which is already stored inside, right? Now, we do not know what information already stored inside. We will not know consciously, right? It is not possible, right? It is to understand what we stored inside, or we already hold inside any kind of systems, to understand that this reflections in the form of situations are coming into our life. What is not related to you? There are n number of things which are happening in life, but you don't focus on n number of things. You focus on only one aspect which is happening. Say, suppose, if a man and a woman are fighting on the road, yelling at each other, right? From a distance, you are seeing it, right? You saw the image and suddenly you say, oh, what's happening? Why that thing is catching your mind, your focus? Because these kind of actions are not healthy. You hold the information much previously. You already hold the information, right? That moment, nothing is happening to you. You are happily going on for a shopping or some, picnic, hotel, restaurant, somewhere, movie, or somewhere you are going. You are going out with a very happy note. You are from your perspective, you are very happy. But suddenly somebody else, you saw that as if they are shouting at each other, and from a distance, you assume that, oh, these people, something is going on with them. Something is wrong, right? Now you try to focus more. You go more closer. And then you start listening. Woman is saying one aspect, man is saying some aspects. Then you come to a conclusion, Are yaar, ye Miyan Biwi ke jhagde hai. Okay? Why this conclusion? How are you able to perceive that this is Miyan Biwi ka jhagda? Not based on the words or anything. You are at the conscious level, you are assuming that is based on the words they are communicating with each other. But this kind of words, this kind of behavior, this kind of information is labeled as so-and-so jhagda, is already framed inside you since your childhood. Right? This is all there. Makes sense? Okay? All makes sense? If it makes sense, type MS. Makes sense.
So, ma'am, you're saying whatever we perceive, it's already somehow framed in our mind. Some
First
point
type
in
MS.
time.
First type MS. If it makes sense. Then we'll go further. Okay. Right. So it makes sense. Now, yes, Shivaniji. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Everything you hold, you understand, every aspect you understand from outside is nothing but a reflection of the information which is already stored inside you. इसीलिए कहते हैं whatever is inside, that is what is outside.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So this what comes from there. So how you are perceiving, situation might happen in 100 ways, right? But you are perceiving in a particular way. Why? Because that information is only there inside you, right? Related to a situation. It is like, there is a we go to a, whatever meeting or concert or anywhere we go. And everyone is singing very nice, melodious songs, everything. We are all enjoying, dancing and everything. But there is some particular music which will hit your spirit inside. And you will start moving according to that song. Not every songs you can dance, but there is some beat somewhere which tells this is what you are. You can't hold yourself. You will just dance. Why? If you like dancing, you should be dancing for every music. But you might be moving your hands and legs, your body along with your friends. You might be enjoying everything. But your spirit will move only when that particular music is hit. Right? Because that rhythm is there inside. Why is that when everyone is feeling very sad? Why you always have to sing the philosophical songs? Zindagi ka safar hai ye kaisa safar? Why? Why not every song at any point of time? Why only particular song at particular time? This is how we understand that this information is stored inside us, right? So when it is coming to reflections, when we talk about reflections, every moment, every situation of life is actually telling us something or the other about ourselves only. But we are not able to gauge it because we don't relate at that point of time. Maybe there's so much of information, like, since last 5 days and even today also, there are so much of information you've been catching up to. But when life situation comes, at that moment, you might not understand, you might not get into that, looking every situation based on this knowledge you acquired. It might not be possible, right? And after again, situation khatam ho jata hai, khatam ho gaya, and you get back, and then you might see like, oh, okay, happened. You might be referring your notes or you might be thinking, right? Because why? Because the fresh information is not yet updated inside the system till the long-term memory. It's just there in the short-term memory, not yet entered in the long-term memory, right? Because of which some things you understand very quickly, some things it takes some time. But you will understand every aspect of life just only because that particular information is there in your life, right? In your system. Now coming to the first, we will talk about 7 mirrors. First mirror, we'll talk about mirror of movement. Right. When we are talking about this reflection of movement, before that, let us understand that we all live in action-reaction zone, right? There is an action happening and you react to it. Or if you are acting, the other things will react. It is all that because this is called three-dimensional plane we call about. This three-dimensional plane is nothing but a demonstration plane. Right? We are demonstrating in this totally. Okay. So, yeah, we are all demonstration is happening here. What are we demonstrating? It is the similar information what we hold. Now coming to this point of in this field of demonstration, in this dimension, when this is taking place, when we know at one moment, a particular moment, we know we react without even thinking about what is happening inside us. Right? Most of the time that happens. Say suppose early morning somebody has woke you up with some sound or some noise or, in a hurry-burry thing. You get up. Or you suddenly woke up and open your eyes and you see the clock and it's already very late. You jump up from the bed and you hop into your, into freshening up and you run. Right? And in entire day, what is happening? Entire day, what is happening? You are in your own chaotic zone. अरे यार आज सवेरे नींद नहीं पूरा नहीं हुआ, अचानक से उठी, आई एम नॉट स्टिल नॉट इन माय सेंसेस, सर पकड़ लिया या कुछ और पकड़ लिया, कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा, समथिंग और द अदर विल स्टार्ट हैपनिंग. राइट? दिस हैपेंस टू एवरीवन. happens, not happens. Make sense? No make sense. Make sense, right? Okay. No make sense? Ratnaji, no make sense? It does not make
It
sense?
happens at times, I'm saying. It happens at times.
Yeah. So it happens. See, every day you don't, jump and get up. But whenever we do that, all day we are messed up on that point of time, right? All day it is like, even we attract because of our disturbed state of mind. What is happening in the disturbed state of mind? What I mean to say when I'm using the word disturbed state of mind. Nothing has happened. There is no disturbance. Neither there is no emotion or anything. Our brains have not yet adjusted to this demonstration mode. Right? Half of the information it could not perceive that you woke up because everything happens in a systematic way. See, it is a hardware inside. So there is a systematic way. You get up in the morning at this time, then you go and you brush your teeth, you take bath, you fresh up. This has to happen as per your habit logically. Okay? And suddenly one fine day you're suddenly jumping out from your bed and you have to get up slowly, you get up slowly, you go. All this is messed up. Now brain starts perceiving everything little slow, a fraction of seconds late, right? And how long will it continue like that? It depends on how well we are again stabilizing ourselves. If that very moment, if you just relax, sit down just for 2 minutes, have a glass of water or cup of tea, whatever you have, just be there for a moment, and then you again get up, again things will be normal for you. Right? But things happen in such a way, we keep doing things and we understand that brain will work. It will get happen. Okay, दिन निकल जाएगा तो okay, काम में लग जाएंगे तो अपने आप ठीक हो जाएगा. But because of this, what happens is you might attract a situation where might be in your office, your boss might be yelling, or entire home, ghar pe, maybe nobody is listening to you. There must be some or the other chaotic things. At the same time, somebody comes to you and tells you something very important, please help me. You will take some time to understand whether to do it or not, because your brain is not in a state to perceive that thing at that point of time. Okay, because there was a gap in between your actions and the way it registered. So you go blank. Right? So what we action about action and what you replay action is called reaction. Reaction is nothing but a replay. It's again the same thing repeating. I shout, the other person shouts. It's the action and reaction. Right? The same things are happening. Why this plane is totally called demonstration plane? So because we are acting based on everything in front of us is reacted and replayed in such a way where we understand the actions inside us. Whether it is in the thought form or in an emotion form or any insightful form. Right? Now after this, we come to the point of, to the next turn, we talk about reflections of judgment. When we are talking about judgment, see, in first mirror, what is happening? We are like, we ourselves are doing, we ourselves have been in error or wrong some or the other way. अरे कहीं पे कुछ तो गलत हुआ, समझ में नहीं आ रहा कुछ भी, this kind of thing. Somewhere you are putting yourself into a error mode, right? Even in computer, what happens? When computer does not work properly, it will simply say, there is an error. Please wait for a while, right? Because we are doing it everything so fast and there are so many tabs open, it takes some time to adjust based on things, right? Internal system also happening in the same way. Mode. When it is coming to judgment mode, this reflects that what we judge. Something probably maybe some wound might have happened, or something we might have not forgiven, right? So forgiven something or not, what we do is we hold a judgment with an emotional charge, right? We do that. We hold a judgment and a emotional charge onto it. Now, when we are holding on to this emotional charge, when we will attract exactly what we judge in ourselves, right? Say, suppose if I say, this person has a habit of procrastination and this person keeps postponing things all the time. Okay? मैं तो अपना time पे करती हूँ भाई काम. I do everything on time, but this person whom I am living with, the so-called the centrally, our center of our universe, the partner comes into the picture, right? That this person does everything late. But when we really look deep inside us, there might be some aspects we are also procrastinating. But we are only labeling, looking into a very narrow vision of what you are judging. You are actually judging on one aspect, maybe timely sabziyan nahi lata, timely, phone nahi uthata, time office se timely nahi aata. These are external things what we are seeing. But internally, when we go within, maybe there is something, you need to work on yourself. You need to sit in your silence. What you do? You postpone it. अरे अभी नहीं यार, ऑफिस का काम होने दो, उसके बाद करें. अरे बच्चों को खाना खिलाने दो, उसके बाद करें. We also have, everyone has the same kind of thing, right? Whenever we are judging, it is like we are judging ourselves first. We need to understand, right? This is action reaction mode. This also comes into the same criteria, right? And when we talk about after judgment, when we talk about the loss is something like, we have something we have lost in our childhood, or it might have been taken away, or you might have given away, or somebody else given away. All these things, like something we love and we desire in others. Maybe you meet a person and the person behavior pattern, everything was so nice, so wonderful that you liked a lot. Okay, am I visible? Oh yeah, yeah, right. So everything is like, it is often we like a particular situation in another person because the same thing we are missing in ourselves. So समझो we see somebody and we say, oh wow, कितना अच्छा बात करते हैं. Wow, this person, how well they present themselves, how well they dress themselves. Okay, this we are actually missing in ourselves. Okay, if we are not missing, what we do generally, हम लोग क्या करते हैं? What is the procrastination word? What is the thought which comes? अरे हम उनके जैसा बनना नहीं चाहते. We are on our own authenticity. But it is actually not authenticity. It is like we are not wanting to show that aspect of ourselves, because that aspect is connected to some other thought which says, oh, if Aishwarya Rai is wearing this dress, I don't mind wearing this dress, but everyone will know that this is Aishwarya Rai, and they will see, I'm not talking about Aishwarya Rai as a celebrity. Aishwarya Rai is your common friend, right? If Aishwarya Rai is coming to your parties every day with different dresses, you will not want to copy the same thing and wear the same kind of dresses, You would want to be a little different, right? Why you want to be a little different? At the same time, you have a deep desire that, oh wow, kitna acha pehnti hai, right? But we want to be a little different. Why is this difference? Because we think that, there is a separation all the time. There is always a separation. You are different, I'm different. There is no oneness concept deep within us. We lost ourselves in connection with our own selves. That's the reason the separation momentum happens. This reaction happens. So when we are in loss of that, our own selves, it is the reflection of loss. We like somebody, wearing or, behaving in a particular way, but in spite of we understanding that it is, maybe I also have this quality, but we don't want to work on exactly. What stops it? It is some fear that you might be labeled as copycat or something, follower or whatever word. So you don't want to do that, right? These are the things which come. But we have to understand, if it could be a joy, a innocence, and real honesty with all the integration, right? You will reclaim it back into yourself. Hare, I was like that before. I like to be like that, but somehow I couldn't be because of whatever situations in my life. But now I can gear up. How well I can gear up with that. अभी भी situation ऐसा ही है, change ही नहीं हुआ. Okay, change नहीं हुआ. Within the not changed situations, how would I celebrate myself? How would I decorate myself? See, what is the gist? It is not about, Aishwarya Rai wearing a cream color gagra. I am also wearing a cream color gagra. Okay. I can wear a different kind of gagra with a different kind of pattern and different kind of thing. What is the point? It is all the point of celebrating and decorating yourself, right? We lose that. When we lose the aspect of decorating ourselves, we like somebody else decorating themselves. Yeah, kabhi-kabhi bahut jealous bhi feel hota hai, and we say that, arey, bada show off hai. They come into the point to the party as if, they are very much, they're very high celebrities and they want to show off what all they have with them. They're always updated, right? These points start coming up, right? All the jealous and everything starts coming up. This is of reflection of loss. And next, coming to the point of most forgotten love. Most forgotten love is, this is like, an unfinished relationship. Somewhere you have not understood a relationship perfectly. So the situation is again recreated. You recreate because the information is half-baked. Inside, the information about a particular relationship is half-cooked. Now, until it is fully cooked, the burning things will be there all the time. The desire will be there to complete it, right? End of the day, we all know our journey is towards completion only, right? We all know, itna to humko sabko pata hi hai, right? Now, what is that we need to complete? All this incomplete thing. And a particular relationship about a particular person whom you trusted a lot, or whom, whatever you did, you, because of whatever situation happened in life, that relationship remained unfinished. Now, life will again get back to the same situation till you finish it. It will take you till you finish it, you be there, and then you carry on from there. Until you finish that, you cannot proceed much ahead. You can parallelly walk onto the two paths, but there are some aspects you have to fulfill it. You have to understand that this relationship is this only. Okay. Sometimes I will give you even more easy example for this. Say, suppose I am not happy with my partner. Okay. I'm not happy with my partner because I have an ideology about how ideal image inside my mind that a partner should be like this. Now, probably my partner does not match with my ideology of being a perfect partner, right? But instead of trying to understand, okay, if it is not as per my imagination, then how is he? Let me understand. Instead of doing that work, I am straight away putting it to the point, अरे जैसा सोचा था वैसा तो है ही नहीं, सबकी उतनी किस्मत कहाँ? We end up back talking into these talks. So this is all coming from the same of, this not able to perceive a person, just because we are focusing every situation based on whatever information we idealized inside our brain. But there are other aspects to it. It is exploration. We need to explore. We need to see the other side of the life, right? When we don't do that, we are losing a part of ourselves, from where all these disturbances will start happening, right? And this will recreate again and again until the right conclusion is registered in your entire system as wisdom. This will again continue to repeat the same way the pattern repeats, right? It's only if other person feels, okay, I'm done now, I'm not going to take it anymore, I'm not going to repeat this pattern, I have understood enough, okay, I got it, and they turn back. But the one person who has not understood will again fall into the same pattern, right? This is what happens. Now coming to the next part of reflections of father, mother, or the creator altogether, right? This is like, it is often said, we always know, Papa ki pari, maa ka ladla. We always know this. The angel of father, right? Father will always say, she's my angel. My daughter is my angel. The father will always say that. And mom will always say, Arey, mera ladka beta hai. Always connecting to it. Because since childhood, in the first place, as a female or as a masculine, we are never complete. And our whole thirst of the journey is to be complete. So the first opposition from where we understand the inside opposite personality is through our parents, right? In the verge of getting the completion inside, we somewhere want our partners to be like one of our parents. If I'm a female, that I want my partner to be exactly like my father. Okay? The best points I want to relate. If those best points which match with my father or, my father basically, if I see that in my partner, I will always say, oh, I got excellent partner. He is very nice. Okay. And if you see the same thing in like your mother, even the men say, masculine will also come to the point like, yeah, I got a very understanding partner. Right? From where all this is also coming, because this is also coming from the point of what we have fed our brains, what kind of information we have already fed in our brains. Now here what it is, okay, your father, you're relating your husband, your partner, okay, your partner just like one of your parent, okay. Now there is much more. Now there are new things which will come up which you have never heard. अरे ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं, ये लोग ऐसे भी है. I never knew it. हमारे घर में ऐसा नहीं होता भाई. अरे आपके घर से थोड़ी ना है. It is something new. We are, my childhood, we are used to, in this system, I used to eat early morning, 8 o'clock, my brunch. There was no breakfast system. And now, after marriage, every day, I don't know, सवेरे उठते ही वो लोग को इतना खाना पड़ता है. सवेरे breakfast बनाओ, lunch बनाओ, शाम को ये बनाओ, वो बनाओ. We are so messed up with all these things. Because we are not able to understand one aspect. Okay, if I have grown up with this, these people have grown up with this. Now, how to merge both the things where I am also happy and they are also happy? We don't want to deal with the situation. We want to judge a situation just because it does not fit in our information zone. Right? In this way, what is happening? We are always, what we learned, however, whenever we were children, it is always like, our parents were like they're gods to us. We always, looked up onto them all the time for everything. So it is often like, we reflect and we end up holding the same feelings of what we hold for our parents in one of our zones. Maybe our creators, we deal them as our gods, right? Ma Baba bol diye to bas ho gaya. That's the end of the drama. All these things. That's a ultimate thing they have attained, and I have to live only based on that. We can't simply change it, right? Now, this is also a limited thing. Why there is so much of chaotic situations happen in every married life, in intimate relationship? It is because of one way of looking at each other. not looking at the other person the way they are and how we can gel our system into their system. Okay, this does not happen. And now coming to the question to darkness. Question to darkness is like dealing with our own dark night of the soul. Dark night of the soul is where we meet our greatest challenges, or even life-threatening kind of moments, right? All this kind of things, greatest fears, whatever we fear the most, everything comes. Say, suppose if a person has the greatest fear inside, I am left abandoned. Okay, there is a fear of abandonment. It's the fear of abandonment, right? Why? Because the person has grown up with a kind of situation where the fear has automatically come up based on the situation. Maybe one of the parents, or very close sisters, siblings, or anybody might have already told, अरे यार मेरा पति ने छोड़ दिया, मैं कैसे जीऊंगी, क्या जीऊंगी. So that entire situation, you perceived it, and it has been told to you as very scary thing that has connected as a very fearful thing for you, right? So because of that, what we end up being very good to others, not people pleasing, and all these factors we end up doing, right? At one point of time, because we need to understand our entire information, the inside, whatever information is there is only from the one door and not in the expanded version. So life puts us into a situation where you go ahead beyond the information what you hold, right? Suddenly you see some situations happen. अरे ये तो मैंने सोचा ही नहीं था, because you have flipped the side. All your information has taken a reverse turn. So however you have perceived a situation in a particular way, everything is you are now beginning to see everything wrong. Now suddenly there is COVID has come, and there are so many families were left over. In some families, entire family gone, and only the lady is there, and in some family only the kid is there, entire family is gone. This nobody expected. Nobody will expect for their own family, right? Because this system is not there in the brain, this information is not there in the brain, that if this happens, if kahi life mein, kabhi, there was a time we have been told for all females that you better study what happens if you never know life, how it would be. If any time you are left alone in life because of divorce or whatever it is, you need to have your own lifestyle. That is the reason education is very important. And there are many things you need to understand to take care of your own property or whatever things. It is good that you be educated, right? So there was a other zone of thinking that yes, if this happens, you understand. Now, when it is coming to a family personally, nobody will come and hold on to the situation, right? अरे किसी दिन family तो जाएगा ही, लुढ़केगा, तब मैं क्या करूंगी, तब I'll have to be ready. Nobody prepares life in this way. So this information is not there. Suddenly, when something happens out of the mind, you really don't know what to do. Because related to that thing, that situation, you do not hold any information in your brain. So you don't know. So for that situations, you say, I was in shock. I didn't know what to do. Okay. It's when in my life the so-and-so person left, I didn't know what to do. I was totally lost. Right? These things we comment. It is not lost. It is only because that particular scenario was never told to you, and related to that scenario, such scenarios, no information has ever been fed into your brain. So you have to explore all by yourself. Based on, again, whatever information you have to dwell here, what happens is you dwell down into your own deeper dictionary, right? Maybe some information was there somewhere. Maybe you have seen in your friend's life or somebody's life, you gather all that information. You need some time. It is not coming from the short-term memory. It is coming from the long-term memory. So you have to dig deeper and bring out all that, right? But it is not that no information is there inside. We hold every information inside us. We know that, right? So to bring on that, it sometimes to come out with all this, we attract situations where we go beyond the external information, right? This is what happens when, reflections of quest into darkness. You dwell down, you jump into your own well of darkness from the darkness, because you don't know what you are looking, you don't know what you are trying to see, you do not know what exactly you're supposed to do at that point of time. And then you get into a choice where you choose how to have this experience, how to greet that experience, so that you become a powerful, what do you call, the powerful system inside your internal informative hardware, right? Now, when these situations, every situation in our life is coming because there is something else we need to understand about us. That's the reason situation is happening. And every situation we are able to perceive based on what information we already hold. And some situations we are not able to understand because related to that situation, there is no information in a conscious level. Not even at the subconscious level. Sometimes at subconscious level you get, but at the conscious level you don't have, right? Now, when you go deeper and deeper from the unconscious state, you come to the point, you say that, Bhagwan ne bahut ye kiya mujhe, mehraban hua. Suddenly God has given me so many ideas and he showed me the path. You yourself dwelt into yourself digged out all the answers. Ye Bhagwan kahan se aa gaya bhai? Right? First of all, if so, God was so somewhere, some entity living somewhere, why at all he had to throw us into such kind of situation? It is we who have to deal with some things, dig out all the information deep from inside us. We only attract. Okay? Everything is coming from where thing. Morning के brush करना है, किसी को बताने की जरूरत नहीं है. You know, it is registered so well. You have to dress up very comfortably when you go out for parties. एक type का dressing है. Office जाते एक type का dressing है. घर में casually रहते हैं तो एक particular kind of dressing है. Everything information is feed. Right? Somebody has in your neighbors, they have passed away. Now you don't know how to dress and go. So you dig out your own information. You see them, you observe, you understand, you try to merge all the known information with the unknown aspects, and then you come out. Right? Just to bring out all this information inside us, hidden information, hidden wisdom inside us, all these situations we attract. Right? Now the last comes is your greatest act of compassion. Greatest act of compassion is, it is your self-perception. Right? It is not about how others will perceive you and treat you. It is all about whatever others are perceiving, it is same that how I am perceiving myself and how I am treating myself. Right? If I am perceiving myself with a low self-esteem and I do not acknowledge, I do not acknowledge however, whatever is happening, and I'm always feeling angry with, every aspect outside. Now, it is like we need to change our perception. How a thing from external changes. It's only when you change the perception, right? If I know everyone is a very wonderful, beautiful beings, everyone will behave whatever way you all behave. I will perceive like this only because related to you all, this is only the information I have. Suddenly you come out very wild and say, "Arey baap re, maine aisa socha tha, aisa to nahi hai ye log." They're totally different. Now the perception has changed totally. Right? Now about me, what I feel, if I say, "Arey," like, yeah, we have Rupali ji's example, very beautiful example we have. अभी खुद को क्या ही देखेंगे? खुद को देखने के लिए ही तो यहाँ पे आए हैं. Other than self, there is nothing at all here. If we are not able to see ourselves, it is like, we have totally missed the entire concept. Right? So these are the things which immediately make us, if you are aware, we make it to point like, oh, why? What is it? Right? We understand that aspects. This is all coming from the compassion, from the layers of compassion you hold inside yourself. Am I important or not? Somewhere, something deep down, life has thrown you into a situation, into a particular point where you started feeling, I'm not that important. Or somebody has told, if you give importance to yourself, you will not be successful. You will be labeled as a bad girl or a bad boy, something all this. That's the reason I developed a pattern inside me, in a system inside me altogether, that I will keep myself completely away from myself. Okay, now I start doing this. But life will put you into a point where you will have to get back to yourself. Unless you catch hold of yourself, you will not find yourself. And unless you do not find yourself, you will not find anything happening to you. You will not understand everything. Nothing you're going to understand. Right? Makes sense? Right? If it makes sense, type MS. Let me see how many are active out of 11. No MS, only one MS. MS, yes, 2. Out of 11, 2, 3. Fast. Your fingers does not move fast. Only 3. Okay. 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 See, this is all about, we need to understand everything. It shows how enthusiastic. Am I talking very bore? Am I talking very bore? My smile is not good. Yeah, my topic is not good. What is not good? Why so slow? When you are excited, how do you jump into things? If you're not excited, you will start searching. Arey kahan yaar? Kahan gaya? Kya ho gaya? Okay. Why is your phone not responding? Okay. So this is, every situation is, that's how we need to understand. Whatever situation is happening in our life, whether a person is behaving, the way you perceive other person's behavior or whatever, everything is happening based on your information which is there inside you already. We are not blank. We are, what do you call, abundant of wisdom we hold inside. But we are not aware of the wisdom, that the insights and the beautification of whatever, the life insights what we hold, we are not aware of that. So to become that we are the light, we need to throw the same thing onto ourselves. Only then we know what we are. So how do we know till then? Because initially we do not know how to go inwards. So what we have attracted, what we have created many relationships. Whether it is professional relationships, whether it is a friendly relationship, whether it is intimate relationship, whether it is a protector relationship, peacemaker relationship. There are so many relationships we have attracted. So based on all this category kind of relationship, we understand this aspect, that particular aspect inside us. Right? So that's the reason we always say, if you are able to perceive a person in whatever way, whether they're good, they're bad, or whatever, that means what is that good you are seeing in them? What is that bad, so-called bad, you are seeing in them? The same qualities are there inside you. Now, where it is hidden, it is our work to understand. Right? Because life has got nothing to, anybody can be anything. Good, bad, ugly, nasty, anybody can be anything. But what is that I want to see? What choice do I give my eyes to perceive, to see, visualize? What choice do I give my senses to perceive in its own way? Through its smell, through its sense, through its taste, through its vision, whatever. Okay? I'm allowing my senses to perceive a particular thing, which is, if it is not mine, I will not even understand. Say, suppose if I'm not a thief, even if thief walks around in front of me, I will not even recognize. I will only recognize a thief because I know what theft means. I've been in that part. I know how thieves behave. Right? Now, probably I might have changed. Now, because I have changed, I have transformed. Now, what I'll see is, अरे यार जा रहा है, क्या करेगा, वही घूम फिर के इधर ही आएगा, चलो जाने दो. You don't even bother to punish him or scare him, or, you don't get scared. Nothing happens because already you walked that path and you came to this end. You know that he will also walk the same. Right? You will wait and leave him. That's what universe actually does. Universe knows, universe holds that kind of energy, that kind of intelligence, where it knows that everyone is walking this path in this way. If they are walking this path, somewhere they will walk in these steps and they'll come. Inka gully ye hai, inka gully ye hai, inka lane wo hai. Everyone's lanes are different. But end of the day, all lanes reach the same destination. Right? End of the day, we have to dissolve within ourselves to our expansion form. Right? In our formless expansion state, we have to all dissolve in there only. So everything is coming from here. If you are wanting best relationships, then it is important for us to understand that what I am perceiving is related to me, not to anybody else. If I am getting triggered, then it is related to me. It has got nothing to do with it. Whatever I am reacting, it is me who is reacting, and it has got nothing to do with anyone. How much ever other person might trigger you or whatever they might do, how well I am able to allowing the triggers to the other person, how much I am becoming available, how much I am becoming unavailable, is based on me alone. Right? Okay. So any questions on this?
Ma'am, I have a question. When you say that when we are judging something in others, we are judging something inside. So my question is it the same thing that we judge, or is it related, or
not
could
same.
be anything else?
Could be anything else. It is a judgment. That's all. So you
Okay.
have it is like a stamping. Okay, you have put a judgment on that, this person is behaving in a bad way. So what else is bad inside me? What else I am judging bad inside me? I need to understand. So if there is some aspect, there might be some aspect, but in this aspect, I am good. That will not work. If I can be bad in any other aspect, the other person also can be bad in any other aspect. So who am I to judge? Right.
Okay, so it's not mirror to mirror exactly one to one. It could be anything else.
It could be anything else, but it is again leading to the same point, right?
Yep.
It is coming to the same point again. When I can be bad in some other way, some other person also can be bad, the so-called bad in some other way. Am I bad in this? Am I bad? No, I'm not bad. I'm just like trying to understand. I don't know this aspect. Maybe the other person also in the same boat. It is because you are able to understand the other person's perspective completely. That does not mean other person also knows what he is walking onto.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I have one question.
For the question answers, just wanted to know if somebody requests for the stopping the recording, please advise. If you are okay to record this session on the YouTube, we will continue. Otherwise, we will stop the recording. Rupali, for you, like if you are okay to give the recording, or you do not want us to record the question of yours.
I think we should not record.
Okay, you do not want.